Hi, today we're gonna explore and make music with the new Falcon update. The 3.1 update is free to existing Falcon users and includes some amazing new features like a brand new preset browser, you have preset tags, and to me the most exciting new feature is the new sound previews. So stay tuned as we dive into the update and put it to the test in a real music making session. Let's take the tour. Quick disclaimer, UVI has sponsored this video. That said, they have no say over what I do or produce in the video. Right, so the latest UVI Falcon version 3.1. You can see that the user interface looks like the good old Falcon interface. But you can see I have two new expansions to the right side here. We have the modular drums, which is a kind of a modular synthesis construction kits pack. And then we have a pulsation or pulsation. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's a kind of a modern Latin construction kits kind of pack, also with presets. And as you can see, if I open some of these folders, we have a bass, drum, guitar, key, lead, pluck, and almost the same kind of like construction kits in the other folders. And one of the patches you heard in the introduction was this Key Calm EP, which is a really lush, like arpeggiated synth patch. And then I can use the mod wheel to filter the sound. Really a lush, beautiful sound. Okay, so let's dive into the browser first and check out what's new with the browser. So let's head over to the library search page. And you can see it's a little bit different design here compared to the old version of Falcon. We first have an instrument category filter, so we can filter by drums, guitar, bowed strings, mallets, etc. And we can also filter by timbre. So it's really great if you're looking for specific timbres or you have an idea of what kind of instrument you're looking for. And we also have a soundware filter, so we can filter by just pulsation, or by HX Audio or the Falcon core library. In Falcon, aside from the rightmost library browser, we can also make use of this larger browser if you want a larger overview of all the tags and yeah. Now the really cool thing here in the new browser is that we have sound previews for all these libraries. So if I just press one of these presets, we get to hear a preview. Very inspiring. It can actually inspire you to write certain kind of musical themes when you get to hear the sound previews like this. Yeah, so I think we can do something with this patch. So we can either drag this patch or just make a double click to load it in our parts. Let's just make a double click. And yeah, let's write something with that. And let's just quantize that. And I think we can repeat this 2 times. I think we need to do some adjustments to these. Yeah, that's better. Let's load up a new track with the Falcon synth, and I'm gonna find some drums to add to this. Yeah. Okay, so there's a loop on the C key, but we're gonna create our own loop. And let's record the drums. And make quantize that. And let's double that up, Command D, and load up a new instance of Falcon for the 3rd track. And yeah. Woo. We need some percussive kind of sound. A beautiful sound. Oh, we need to use the steel drums. Right, so the third track would be the steel drums. I think I'm gonna lower these a little bit. Right, so let's double that and get a new track, new instance of Falcone. Anyone seen the new the Penguin series? Oz. Okay, so it's time for some bass. Let's try some of the parameters. Oh, great. Yeah, we need a little bit of wave shaping to get a fat bass there. So let's record that. Beautiful. So let's double that up, get another instance of the Falcone synth, the Falcon. And on track 5, maybe add some guitars. Ooh, sweet. Maybe just have that as like a drone in the background. Ooh. Yeah, so we get more sizzle in the top end with the texture at max here. And it's actually really easy to connect any of these parameters to a controller. Just right click any of the parameters and make MIDI learn. So let's add that to our little arrangement. Maybe emphasize that little with some filtering. Nice. Right, so let's double that up, add another track, and let's see what we can find in the Falcon library. Maybe we'll head over to the modular drums pack and see what we can find in there. Ooh, maybe add something from that one. Okay. Ooh, sweet sounds. Maybe we can have that in like a breakdown section. So let's mute the drums and see if we can play something on this modular kit. So let's record something in half tempo for the breakdown. Quantize and move that over to this second section. Let's just double all this up, do a little bit of quick arrangement. So for this part, we will get rid of the drums and we will get rid of the bass. So let's hear the transition. And maybe we'll filter down the vocals during this breakdown section. But we're only going to do that during the B part, so to speak. And we're also going to get rid of the steel drums for the second part. Maybe we can add something melodic. I actually like this sound. But for this patch we're gonna get rid of that arpeggiator, so go into events and deactivate the script processor, which I think is a sequencer, polyphonic sequencer. Because we can play something ourselves. And add a little bit of granular, make it a little bit more interesting. And let's record that for the breakdown section. But we can fix the errors. Let's round off this track with a transition effect between the A part and the B part, and yeah, maybe we can find something in the acoustic drums. Maybe add a mellow piano. I have another idea. Let's record some stabs and fade them up into the transition. And let's just move that to the transition and increase the volume until the drop, so to speak. And of course we just need a little cymbal here for the breakdown with a ton of reverb. Right, so in conclusion, I really like this new sound preview feature because we've had this a long time in the Omnisphere library, and it really helps when you're selecting sounds for your music pieces to get a fast preview of the sounds when you flip through the sounds, like you do with the snares. I know you do. Let me know in the comments. Okay, so that's the modular drums, a little sneak preview of the modular drums and the pulsation library. So let's take a quick listen from this little musical adventure from the top. And thanks for watching today, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.